Welcome to Julie Whitney Scott Presents. Today I have with me some members of the 13th Annual Columbus Black Theater Festival. Man, do we have a lineup for you this year. This year, our theme is Still Standing Strong. And we are so excited to be able to bring this new original plays that we have from some award-winning playwrights. We have some award-winning actors in it, directors directing it. And the only thing that's going to be missing is you. So what we wanted to do today was just to introduce you to some of our members. We have Miss Tammy Hyland. We have Richard Wright. We have Susan Jackson and Gabby Pullins. I'm going to introduce you to each one of them first so they can tell you a little bit about who they are and what role they're playing. I want to start off with our youngest. Yes, Gabby, I done put you on the spot again. Miss Julie has done it. I am so proud of my Gabby. Let me say first off, she's also one of my students that I teach at the Columbus Preparatory School for Girls as a theater teaching artist with the Contemporary Theater of Ohio. And we just got through, she did a wonderful performance of Miss Hannigan in Annie Jr. And I'm just so excited that she's joining us here this year at the Black Theater Festival. So Gabby, why don't you tell people your name that you want to be called and what role you're playing in, and just a little bit more about yourself, because, you know, I bragged on you already.
Okay, hi. I am Gabrielle, and I am in the play Blue Skies and Green Grass, and I play Terra Mater. And just some things about me is that I enjoy acting, I like to sing, and I'm just a creative person in general. So, just being able to do acting and just like to where like acting is such a thing to where you could like mold it to shape yourself and the character to where it helps with my creativity and lets me flow and lets me do me pretty much.
I love it. I love that. Oh, well, since we only have one male with us today, let's let him slip on in here, ladies. Mr. Richard Wright. I saw him in Gem of the Ocean, and all I got to say is when it was over, I ran down to that stage and say, hey, I need your information. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
How you doing? My name is Richard G. Wright. I'm just beginning acting, but actor for maybe about 2 years. I started off with Two Scoops Productions, so I did Matter of Conscience when I was playing as W.E.B. Du Bois, and that was a great time. And I just fell in love with acting, the passion, and seeing how people reacted and how I can, like Miss Gabby says, how to mold a script and mode how you really want to, and then really make acting your own thing and how to bring different people to the theater. So Citizen was a great time, and I'm glad I met Miss Julie, and then I think the auditions went well, and so I am playing the man in Scan to Begin because it's man versus machine, and then I am playing two roles. So another role is Man 3 in Stuntworthy, which I'm very excited about and excited for both. So hope you guys can come.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this year that Richard is in two plays. Okay, this is why he's rehearsing for another play. Oh, I remember the days when I was young, had that young mind, and I could just do. But we won't talk about that. Let's move on to Miss Susan, our playwright.
Hi, I'm Susan Lily Jackson. I live in San Francisco, California, and I'm so excited to be a part of this because my grandparents lived in Columbus, and I lived in Springfield and Cincinnati, and we would go up to Columbus to visit them. So I feel like I'm coming home. And A Raising in Missouri is based on a true story that I read in the newspaper about a man who lost his dog in a tornado, one of the tornadoes in Joplin. So you have to come see the show to find out what happens. So I'm just really thrilled to be here. Thank you so much.
And I am so thrilled to have you here with us, especially being an Ohio native. you're going to have to tell everybody in Springfield that they better hurry up and get their tickets so they can get a seat and come see this wonderful play that you have written, and we just can't wait to produce. And last but not least, we have an actress here that I have personally worked with a couple of times now. This is her second time with us at the Columbus Black Theater Festival, as a matter of fact. And she and I both just got through doing a short play I wrote where we were the actors in it, called Heart Betrayal. So here it is again. I got Tammy back at work. Tammy, tell us a little bit about what you're doing this.
Hello, my name is Tammy Highland, and the play I'm in this year is called Dream and Nightmares. I play the role of Carol. It's a true story, so I'm really excited about that. I love true stories. A little bit about myself. I just started acting in 2023, and this is my second appearance in the Columbus Black Theater Festival.
Our theme for the festival this year is Still Standing Strong. And each year in October, I start asking God and praying and meditating on what is the theme that He wanted me to have for the festival for His people and the nation the next year. And this year, He gave me Still Standing Strong, as I said, in October. And I think it's really a great theme to have at this particular time when a lot of us are counting on the fact that we're just going to have to stand strong and get through whatever comes our way, whether it be through weather, politics, our finances, our home, our families, whatever is coming this year to us. I think that the Still Standing Strong theme hopefully will help people get through some situations. And we have 8 different plays that deal with different things. Since you're with me, Susan, I want to first start talking to you about how does your play, A Raisin in Missouri, which is directed by Jessica Gibson, how does that play fit in with the theme that you think? Because, we had over 100 something plays, and we, with our readers, the 7 readers, we whittled. By the way, Tammy's a reader. She's one of the ones that selected your play, Susan. So we whittled it down to the plays that we thought were best. But in your own words, could you tell us how you felt A Raisin in Missouri stands up to the theme Still Standing Strong?
Yes, thank you. I read about this particular story in the newspaper when it happened, in Joplin, Missouri. Poor Joplin has been hit by several tornadoes. And I was struck by the courage of one of the characters who's mentioned in the play, making it through this tornado where he lost everything. And what happened to those people who lost everything? The city would come in eventually after they were able to go back and go through things to pick out whatever survived. And then the city came in and tore everything down. So there was nothing left. And I was thinking about that. How does one deal with that? How does one lose everything in a flash, and still retain a sense of dignity and strength and compassion for other people, for neighbors? And how do you deal with the loss or the potential loss? As I said, I can't reveal the ending, but losing family members, losing animals, losing items. People always say it was just a thing, but it isn't. It's a memory. It's a vibrant piece of your history. And I just thought that how people do survive that is so remarkable and humbling and beautiful and sad. And there have been, of course, many different tragedies happening as a result of nature, fires, floods. I know people who lost their homes in LA. And it's still remarkable to me how people can survive that with dignity and grace and strength. And so that's why I felt like it was applicable to the theme.
Yeah, and that's why we felt that it was also, because you as a person that I've had to go through that, losing everything, going through the rumble, also losing 7 cousins at one time with the tornado that swept through Kentucky a few years back, took out almost a whole community. You're right. It takes strength to be able to steal no matter what, lose everything, have to start over, material stuff, have to start over, lose people, have to start thinking a new way to live without them. And how do you get through that grief, and mourning what you're doing? So, raising in the Missouri, as you said, it it deals with that piece of how do we deal with things out of our control when it comes to nature. When it comes to something like that you have no control over, do you still stand strong or do you crumble? Yeah. Tammy, you also, the play that you're in that I'm directing, Dream and Nightmares, deals with a real life situation. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you see that fitting in the Still Standing Strong and the character?
The story that the play I'm in is about a female Black police officer who was fired for stopping a chokehold of her of someone who was being arrested. Um, she felt that they would probably kill him if they continued to do what they were doing. So she intervened, and because she did that, she was fired. She ended up losing her home, and she lost everything. And it's just about how she is still standing strong after that. It's about who is helping her do that, and you'll have to tune in to find out the details.
I will say though that Tammy plays the role of a social worker, and we don't want to give too much. And Dream, by the way, is no. I'm not gonna get that away either because that's something too that when you see it, you be like, oh, okay, So we're not gonna give that away either. But the thing about that particular uh, play in regards to Still Standing Strong deals with what's happening in our nation with a lot of homelessness and things like that, and people losing their jobs, which they're losing them left and right at this particular time in our in America. Okay, so how do you stand strong? When you do what's right on your job, and because of that, you're penalized. How do you stand strong when you lose your job? You know, how do you stand strong when people turn against you who should be standing with you? And so when you have the blue codes and all the codes that we have that say, if you're a part of me, you have to accept everything that I do without consequences. So this play is not that person, it's the playwright doing what you did, Susan, looking at a situation and then making it into a what if based on as a playwright, our imaginations and our use of bringing things, taking what's real and now making it into another story. Okay, so we don't have to be sued and other people coming after us about their rights. So it's basically, yeah, Susan, like, okay, because a story is a story and no story is new. And people find that out as writers. Anything you can think of, I guarantee you, somebody else done wrote it, thought it, put it in a movie, made a play about it, did something, because there is no new story. The only new thing is how do you present it? And how do you make your story more unique and more innovative than the last story? Right? Because that's it. Look at Annie. Look at the plays that we see that they do over and over and they're not the same. Why? Because that director uses a different innovation to bring it to you. Otherwise, you don't want to go see the same thing every year, year after year. It's the same story, but how do you do it? Yeah, Abby. Gabrielle, talk to us about, well, first we both can talk about Blue Skies, Green Grass, because that's the play that I wrote and revised into a youth version. It's really a full-length play. But I took out something because every year I want to make sure that I have a spot for my youth to be paid, because it's another thing. And we thank the Columbus Greater Arts Council for this. We pay our actors. We pay our actors, no matter how young you are, how old you are, or what job you do. Because for me, especially for my youth, it's important for me for them to be able to put down, I'm a paid professional actor. I got paid. Okay, so that's important to me. And I do, that's just important to me. This is what the Black Theater Festival is all about. Opportunities for people to have a place to write, have their work shown, and act, perform, and work behind stage. So Gabby, in Blue Skies, Green Grass, as a person who is acting in it, and then I'll follow up as the playwright. Gabby, why don't you tell us how this play you think fits into Still Standing Strong?
I think the theme for Still Standing Strong is just the play fits to the theme because it talks about the environment, and just talking about how much the environment has been through, just like through like the past years, the past decades, just like really since forever, how much the environment has been through, and it's still like, it's still doing what it needs to do. It still gives us the air to breathe. And I feel like it just mixes into the theme because the way that it and then just like the characters in the play, all of them have had tremendous losses, whether it's the loss of a parent or loss of a sibling or just the loss of not being able to be accepted into their own just environment. I feel like it helps with that and helps show how this character is still a very happy person, and they've lost their significant other or whatever. So I feel like it has many different examples of still standing strong, just like talking about just nature in general is one, and then the characters and how they're so happy and they're such good vibes and just great to be around, and they have had good, not good losses, but losses that you would think would change somebody.
Very good. You even pulled out more than what I had actually thought about. And one of the things, and that's why literature to me is so important, because it's just like a picture of art. You all get something out of it, a little different out of it. And the reason I wrote Blue Skies, Green Grass is for everything she said in regards to who the characters are, and who in regards to the elements, which is our earth, our ground, our air, our waters, our seas. And I believe for me, especially when I have actually anything, I'm not going to lie. I was going to say, especially when I have a play with youth, but that's straight up not the truth. Anything I write, I want a clear message in it. I want something to do with history. I want something that's going to socially impact or help change the way somebody looks or thinks about something, and they come away with more than they came in there with, knowledge-wise, about a situation, a person, or anything, based on what they think and because that's what the Black Theater Festival is all about. It's about, we all live together and we all interact together, and our stories are still connected in some way. Richard Wright saved the best for the last. The man is going to be doing not one, but two plays this year at the Columbus Black Theater Festival, and we're so excited to have you with us. Why don't you choose which one you want to start with first, and telling us how you think that particular play fits into the theme of Still Standing Strong.
Okay, so I think I'm going to connect both of them. I think I'll start off first with Stuntworthy, since it's based off in the 1950s and based off just the older Black men, and it really shows the vulnerability of the emotions of what they go through. And it's not necessarily the normal things of race. Of course, that plays a part, and it has those ideologies in it, but also it goes with infidelity or temptation. It goes with poverty, and then wanting to provide and be strong for your family, and all those things, and all those different emotions that really come through the mind and emotions of a man, and how they really get to let it out or have just that one little moment of time with their boys, with their family, with their guys or fathers, where they have a time with their males to let that out or just be vulnerable to them and to share it. And then at the end, really, um, through all the hardship, as many black men that I know and that many black men that we know that go through a lot of things in the world and time, and we just automatically not automatically, but we strive to stand strong. You know, I think that we go through all the things that you're going to see through all the great performances that we're going to really put off in Stuntworthy, and then at the end we're still standing strong and we're still strong black men. So I think that's what Stuntworthy really connects to the theme, and then connecting that to my um, other play is called Scan to Begin, where it kind of explores a new father, and he's dealing with his new wife and a new baby and how he's dealing with that. And he's trying to get through things and go and get these supplies for the baby and try to figure it out. So I think he's going through a lot of emotions about his past trauma with his father and his family while tackling being a new father himself. And so going through that process while dealing with self-checkout, you know, how that could be kind of irritating. But so all these things he's going through. And then at the end, he's still standing strong. So I think both of my plays kind of connect with showing the hardships and emotions that black men have to go through, and then how we get through it, pick ourselves back up, and use our family, use God, use support, and use our own self-will to, again, stand strong. So I think that's how it connects with the themes.
Yeah, that you hit that right on the nail with both of them. And the thing with Scan to Begin is that could with where Stuff Worthy is specific to black men, factory workers in the 40s and 50s. Scan to Begin is any father of any race, especially a young father who is dealing with a new wife and a new baby and just trying to figure out, should I stay? You know, or should I just go? And we know that that's something that happens, you know, a lot, that fathers leave homes, and they, especially young ones, they get scared and they don't know what to do, and some of them don't stand strong. So will he stand strong or not? I don't know. You'll have to come to the Black Theater Festival this July the 5th and 6th to find out if in Scan to Begin. Oh, we forgot to say this too. It's a comedy, and it is funny. Scan to Begin is very funny, and that's a big contrast from the one you're in with Stumpworthy, verse, which is drama, and they're going to do a little choreographing in there. It's a poem. So I can't. And we have Andrew Horton, we have Elwich Wick Kendrick, we have Nigel Salvador, and we have Mr. Richard Wright, and of course we have the wonderful young up there going to be in Broadway soon, Alan Tyson as the director. So it is going to be worth if you don't see nothing else, you see Stumpworthy, and of course, Blue Skies, Green Grass, and of course, Raising Him, Missouri. Let's not forget Dream and Nightmares, Scan to Begin. What else do we have going on there? We have Mal. There's some plays out there for you guys to come sing. Now, guys, before we close out, I want each one of you to tell people why they should come to the Columbus Black Theater Festival this year.
I'll start. I think they should come to see the Columbus Black Theater Festival because it will be very inspiring to everyone to come and see all these people still standing strong. And I think they can take a lot home with them as far as their own lives.
I think everybody should come see these plays because God knows we need hope. We need plays about joy and survival especially now, especially now. And it sounds like these plays will uplift your spirit and give you a sense of we can all still stand strong. And I just think if you miss this, yeah, don't miss it. Don't miss these wonderful plays, because they sound like they're going to be so human filled and hopeful. And we need that now. We really do.
And almost like what Miss Tammy said, I feel like it's going to be very motivational, and just like being able to see many different ages, races, cultures of people all on one stage, being able to work together and to be able to just produce such amazing plays and scripts and choreographies and all of that. It really shines a light on just being able to keep going, and that like America, like people around you are there to help you, and they're gonna, like, you could uplift each other.
Yes, I would say people should come to the Black Theater Festival because kind of like what Gabby said, it's more that you're going to see great performances, great playwrights, great actors, actresses from all over. And we don't necessarily have to go to Hollywood to go to these big movies or big Broadways to see it. You can see a great high-level standard of performances, playwrights, writings, everything in Columbus, Ohio, from your local peers, the people that you see every day, but you don't know that they're doing these amazing creative things. So I think that's the main reason, and one of the reasons why you guys should come to the Black Theater Festival, and also get inspired yourself to be creative, and that you can do anything, no matter what age or race or wherever you're at in life. So I hope you guys come.
Well, with all of those reasons, I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to come to the Columbus Black Theater Festival, still standing strong festival this year. It's 2 days, the 5th and the 6th, 3 shows. You get to see all 8 of these plays at the same time. And we're not going to keep you there all day. You're going to be out of there within 2.5 hours, because I personally can't stand that anything longer than that. Okay? And if I can't stand it, I'm not going to put you and torture you either. So you go get your tickets. www.mindforgodproductions.com. And this event is sponsored by the Columbus Greater Arts Council and Mind for God Productions, Lady Butterflies. So just come on out, bring your family, have some fun. Youth, 16 years and under, $5 at the door. So that means, parents, you have no excuse. Get your ticket online and bring your child to the door and let them enjoy theater, because they're going to see some of their own friends on stage. I want to just thank you guys. Thank you, Tammy, Susan, Gabby, Richard, for being a part of the 13th Annual Columbus Black Theater Festival. You are why I do what I do. What you said at the end about why people should come see this festival is why God gave me the vision to have this festival. So I thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you soon, July the 5th and 6th at the 13th Annual Columbus Black Theater Festival. See you there.